Coming up on the new season of the St. Joseph Mustangs show, the KQ2 Sports team gets you ready for the 2025 Mustang season as the team looks to win its 10th MINK League title.
Plus, the Mustangs put on a show for their fans during the summer, but they also make sure to help out those in need.
And we chat with one of the best Mustangs in team history.
Guys want to come here. It's a big attraction. We win a lot. We got a lot of things that other teams in the league don't have.
We got something very special here in St. Joe. Johnny's a great head coach. He brings in some great players and great people too.
It's just been getting better and better every single summer, and Dan taking a chance on St. Joe people and just proving how awesome these people are.
Welcome to the season premiere of the St. Joseph Mustangs show. I'm Brett Kennedy. He's Anthony Crane. We are getting ready for the Mustangs 2025 season.
We have a lot to get into in the next half hour. We'll take a look at the 2025 season, reflect back on the 2024 MINK League title, upcoming games and promotional nights. But we start with your first chance to meet the new Mustangs team.
FanFest will take place on Tuesday night over at Phil Welch Stadium as the St. Joseph Mustangs will welcome fans for the first time in 2025 to meet the team. You'll recognize a lot of the guys coming back this season, but there's always a few new faces. You can get autographs, pictures with players, watching batting practice, all to get you ready for the new season.
FanFest is Tuesday night from 5:30 to 7:15 at Phil Welch Stadium. Gates open at 5 and admission is free. And then, of course, there is open night for the St. Joseph Mustangs on Wednesday night. The Mustangs kicking off the 2025 season at home in a non-league game against the Northeast Missouri Craze. It's a chance for you to get out and see the team as they start for their quest for a 10th MINK League title.
This is a pretty special experience for people, and so I think when you come here, you'll kind of see all the fun and what goes into this, the community. As we tell people, you don't have to like baseball. All you got to do is you want to have fun.
The Mustangs season opener is Wednesday, May 28th. First pitch set for 6:30 p.m. For more information or ticket information, go to stjoemustangs.com.
Who's ready for some baseball? Well, I tell you what, the Mustangs are, and the 2025 season is just about ready to get started. So what we're going to do for you is take a look at the forecast for those first 3 games. Let's get you started and take you out there to Phil Welch Stadium. And I tell you what, I think that even though that chance for maybe a little bit of some rain as we start on our Wednesday, I think it's not a great chance, only at a 20% chance. But look at that temperature, 71 degrees. Then we skip a day on Thursday, but Friday and Saturday, both 7 o'clock games, they look great. Friday, 77 degrees with lots of sunshine. Saturday will be 1 degree warmer at 78. So we are looking at some great weather for that first week of Mustangs baseball. And of course, good luck to the 2025 Mustangs.
The 2025 St. Joseph Mustangs squad features a lot of returning players mixed in with some new faces too.
So here's a look at some of the guys on the Mustangs roster in 2025 and what they bring to this year's squad. Last season, 4 St. Joseph Mustangs were named to the 2024 All-League team, with half of them returning in 2025. Senior outfielder from Central Methodist, Darius Freeman, returns for his second season with St. Joe. Freeman batted .327 with 31 RBI last summer, then turned that into a stellar season at Central Methodist where he hit .354 with 21 stolen bases and 36 RBI.
Here, felt like family from day one. just trusted each other, trusted the process, not try to do too much. Personally, I think it's the fans, the atmosphere of playing at Phil Welch. Like, you always know you're going to have at least 2,000 people behind you, having your back no matter what, supporting you every game. It's just an unreal atmosphere to have.
Returning behind the dish is junior catcher Dom Felix. Felix led all MINK League catchers with a .321 average and 4 home runs. This past spring, Felix batted .290 with 6 home runs at Emporia State. Former East Buchanan Bulldog and second-team All-MINK League pitcher Bronco Witt returns in 2025 after striking out 36 batters over 30 innings pitched this past season at Metropolitan Community College.
I'm just really able to trust all my pitches, throw everything with a lot of conviction, because I know my team behind me is great.
Aiden Lucard, a Lafayette High School graduate, was Prep Baseball's Missouri Player of the Year in 2021 and helped Lafayette to a third-place state finish that same year. Lucard hit .292 with 25 RBIs in 2023 with the Mustangs, was named team MVP. Return after hitting .347 at Missouri Southern this spring, was named third-team All-MIAA. Adding to the list of local players returning in 2025 is Carson Schmidt from Benton, Frank Gall of Bishop LeBlond, Logan Miller of Central, Jaden Little of Lafayette, Truman Bodenhausen of Savannah, Jaron Guck of LeBlond, and Gage Busby of East Buchanan.
My favorite part's definitely the friendships I build throughout just being with the guys, on the bus rides, we have a good time every trip, and the relationships I build is the most important thing to me. I mean, baseball, yeah, I love it with all my heart, and I try to do my best, but I love the friendships I build the most.
Here are the first few games for the Mustangs. Of course, Wednesday's game against the Northeast Missouri Craze off on Thursday, then on Friday at home against the KC Monarchs, and then on Saturday, the 31st, the Mustangs host the Nevada Griffins.
On Friday nights, a special promotional night for the Mustangs. They host Noah Cameron Night, the former Central High School standout, making his Major League debut this season with the Royals. The first 100 kids 12 and under receive a free pair of glasses similar to what Noah wears. His family will be on hand for the night, and all kids 12 and under in a baseball or softball uniform get in free.
The Mustangs honor baseball's past here in St. Joseph every year in some form or fashion. And this year, the Mustangs will play as the St. Joseph Cardinals for one night next month. The Cardinals, a former minor league team here in St. Joseph, played an important role in this city's baseball history.
We're really excited about the future and modernizing and creating Phil Welch, brand new memories. But at the same time, we don't want to forget, what made this place so special. Last year, we celebrated the first throwback night for us with the St. Joe Saints, and we invited some of their former players. We had Joe Saint, wore the Saints jerseys, and that was a blast. And we're continuing with that. And, this summer, we're going to take it back a little bit further and kick it back to the St. Joe Cardinals.
The Mustangs will play as the Cardinals on Saturday, June 21st, when the team takes on the Carroll Merchants.
Still ahead on the St. Joe Mustangs show, the Mustangs have a lot of great baseball players come through their clubhouse. We hear from one of them later on in the show.
And coming up next, the St. Joseph Mustangs won their 9th league title in 2024. We relive the highs of the championship season after the break.
Welcome back. The St. Joseph Mustangs have won 9 MINK League titles since their start in 2009.
And the most recent title coming just last season in 2024. Here is a look back at that championship run. Last year, the St. Joseph Mustangs season ended in a shower of confetti for the 9th time in team history. The Mustangs won their 9th MINK League championship, their 3rd title in 4 years, and finished with 40 wins.
First year out here, felt like family from day one. Just trusted each other, trusted the process, not try to do too much. Personally, I think it's the fans, the atmosphere of playing at Phil Welch. Like, you always know you're going to have at least 2,000 people behind you, having your back no matter what, supporting you every game. It's just an unreal atmosphere to have.
It was a season filled with a ton of memorable moments, like Sam Pitts pitching a perfect game.
Even during the last inning, it was kind of weird to think about, if I get these last 3 outs, I could do something that has never been done before.
Mustangs pitching coach Max Stevenson proposed to his girlfriend after a game.
Had the ring for a minute, been waiting for the right minute, right time to do it, but about a week ago, my nephew came up with the idea of all people and said, you're back there, you played there a lot. Wouldn't it be cool to do that there? And I was like, son of a gun, you're smart. You came up with a good idea. So about a week ago, and I asked Kai and Cliff if they'd give me a helping hand, and Johnny, and they were all on board with the idea, and it turned out really neat.
The St. Joseph Saints era was honored for a game.
I guess I'm getting up in age now, and some of the guys that are playing, and I have just to say, I was the Mustangs before the Mustangs were. Do you remember the Saints? And they were like, I was born in 2003, and so yeah, it makes me feel old. But man, we've had some really, really good ball players here throughout the years.
St. Joseph's Dom Felix made all MINK League first team at catcher. Darius Freeman made first team as an outfielder. Plus, Roy Holcomb and Denton Biller made first team as pitchers. Along with Mustangs general manager Kai Turner and manager Johnny Coy, were both named MINK League GM and MINK League Manager of the Year.
I was lucky enough to be surrounded by so many good players, high school and the Mustangs, and it makes my job easy when guys come to play every single day and do all the extra work and do whatever they can to be the best baseball player that they can be.
Here's a list of Mustangs MINK League titles. They won back-to-back in 2010 and 2011. They won back-to-back in 2014 and 2015, won again in 2017, and since 2019 they've won 4 of the last 5, including 3 straight from 2019 to 2022.
As the St. Joseph Mustangs are set to kick off their regular season next week, in one of their upcoming games, they will be supporting a local family who has been raising money to support an orphanage down in Guatemala.
KQ2's Joseph Williams has more on why the Mustangs are teaming up to help out the community and their cause.
A little over a year ago, we brought you the story of Cole and Sarah McCauley and how they are helping kids down in Guatemala at Casa de Mi Padre. A year later, the McCauleys are continuing to make strides at the orphanage, and now they're teaming up with the St. Joseph Mustangs to help kids at the orphanage. For the past year, Cole and Sarah McCauley have been working on a construction project that would allow them to have more space for the 23 children that they support. And as of recently, they've achieved a new accomplishment in that project.
Well, we've broken ground on the construction project, our little family-style house on the property of Casa de Mi Padre.
Money for that, we were able to start raising money for smaller homes and the family-style homes, and we were able to raise the money to get about half the way through one of the smaller homes, and yeah, the total amount is about 65% of the project done. So pretty exciting.
As they are still looking to raise money to finish the construction project, the St. Joseph Mustangs are looking to help with their mission.
So my cousin, she has worked for the St. Joe Mustangs. So she just said, would you guys be interested in having your kids sing the national anthem on the June 6th game, and we could do 50-50 to benefit Casa de Mi Padre that day.
The Mustangs will be doing a 50-50 fundraiser to help support Casa de Mi Padre, and they will be giving the McCauleys and their own children the opportunity of a lifetime as they will be singing the national anthem before the game.
Whether it's an orphanage in a foreign country or maybe we're helping to support a local youth sports team, there are so many great causes out there, and I think it's important that we just help people. It's never about us, it's about we, and so how can we accomplish these things together?
Reporting in studio, Joseph Williams, KQ2 News.
Still ahead on the St. Joseph Mustang Show, KQ2's Chris Rouse sits down with the owner of the team, Kai Turner, as he gets ready for opening day.
Here on the St. Joseph Mustang Show, are you finishing my sentences or sandwiches? Let's see, here we are. Well, it wouldn't be the St. Joseph Mustang Show if I wasn't talking to Kai Turner, the owner of the St. Joseph Mustangs out here at Phil Welch Stadium. You pretty much nailed that, and we didn't even try to do that.
We did, yeah, it's a magical year, so what a magical start to the season.
Kai, happy to be with you again this year and back out here at Phil Welch. You guys are getting ready for opening day this Wednesday, Fan Fest on Tuesday. What's it like getting ready for this year? I know I ask you that question every year, but just what's the excitement level you have for this one?
Well, I'm glad you asked. Thank you, Chris.
Yeah.
It's a lot of fun. I mean, again, we talk about when we left the field last year, I think it was July 27th, confetti on the field. That was a blast, and we're always sad. Like, it's such a final feeling when you slam the door shut on the season, and we finally get to open that door back up and have fun. And so, new year, new team, new staff. I'm back. Hello. Johnny's back and some of his coaching staff and some of our front office, but new video board, and of course we've got a few fun things up our sleeve. You've got some room up yours, so.
Oh, okay.
But anyway.
All right.
It's a lot of fun, and so the chance to see people again is going to be exciting, and just it's a big summer party. We use the word party a lot because we're out here having a great time. So,
all right, Kai, looking back at last year, 9th MINK League title. This year, you guys are going to go for number 10. Just what was last year's season like for you? Watching that team do what they did, be able to have the confetti on the field, have that ending, because 2 years ago, you had another team do that. Hoist the trophy here at Phil Welch Stadium.
Last year was extra special for us. It was the year that we lost Dan, and so to have that, and just progressing to do things more, and that doesn't necessarily mean like we want to win more games or defeat our opponents by more runs, but we want to be consistently at the top of our game, putting together, whether that's on the field, off the field, and just how do we do that? How do we engage with our customers? How do we give the players these unique, different opportunities that you can really only find here in St. Joe? We don't want to settle just for what we did last year and say, hey, that was good enough, let's do that again. How do we do things different and just out of the box, continue to push the game of baseball? And how do we reach children? How do we reach families? We want them to grow their love of baseball. We want them to come and want to play for the Mustangs. And so how do we do that? And each summer, you'll see some different ways that we do things, and we'll switch it up, and that's a lot of fun.
Can I get you out of here on this? If someone's never been to a Fan Fest or opening night, why should they come out here this next week? Tuesday for Fan Fest, Wednesday for opening night.
Well, why wouldn't you?
Okay, all right,
So
there we go.
I think that's we could have stopped it right there, but Fan Fest is free. It's first chance to see the team. It's a lot of fun. So it's again for us, it's our staff's first view, and it's free entry. You get to come in the ballpark and see some of the new things that we're doing. And then opening day, we're gonna have skydivers, and it's just gonna be a blast. I mean, really, it's just so much fun. It's just, like I said, you don't even have to like baseball to come out here. You just want to talk to people, socialize, be a part of something. The culture that we've built here is pretty special. Just come out and have fun. But if you like baseball, we've got a pretty darn good team too. I said darn, and it's just, who doesn't want to have fun?
Should be a dang good time on Tuesday and Wednesday. Fan Fest Tuesday
night.
What a
potty mouth! And by the way, here's that trophy we play for. So
9 times you guys have hoisted the trophy.
9 times. Not this specific trophy, but a trophy.
Yes.
Not even a trophy before, but here it is. We're excited to have this. So I think it looks best when we put it right here. Yeah, that looks really good. So I'm just joking, Chris.
Are you though?
I'm just joking.
All right, Kai, thank you for the time.
No, thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Welcome back. There have been a lot of great baseball players come through the Mustangs organization, many of them being local guys with a connection to the community. KQ2's Chris Roush caught up with one of the guys from the early years about what made the Mustangs a great team to play for.
End of the freshman college year, I got a call saying there's a chance there's going to be a summer team in St. Joe. No brainer for me. Didn't have a place to play at the time, so it's no brainer, live at home, drive back and forth, and play.
It's been almost 15 years since Brent Seifert suited up for the St. Joseph Mustangs, but it feels like just yesterday he was mashing the ball around Phil Welch Stadium.
He rarely gets rattled. I mean, he's just, he's really like a 30-year-old in a 22-year-old body in terms of his approach and his mentality.
The Cameron, Missouri native played 3 years for the Mustangs and arguably proved to be one of the most consistent guys day in and day out for the squad. Never getting too high or getting too low, Seifert approaching the game the same way every day.
Summer baseball you play every day, so it's a little different. You're sore, your arm's hanging a little bit, can't matter. You just got to show up and continue to have good at-bats and make the routine plays.
He won a national title with Iowa Western in 2010, played 2 seasons at Missouri State, advancing to a regional, going on to be a head coach here in town at Central High School, guiding the team to a district title. And nowadays, Seifert still giving back to the game he loves, mentoring and training the next generation of baseball and softball players at Merrick Baseball Academy.
You're going to have lows, you're going to have highs, and the game's going to not be fun sometimes, but you just keep working and you kind of work through all that. And at the end of the day, it's a rewarding sport.
Seifert was a member of the inaugural Mustangs team in 2009 and the first MINK League championship team in 2011. So he has some fond memories of his time with the Mustangs.
Been huge for the town of St. Joe. It's a good product, good entertainment, it's affordable. That doesn't happen everywhere. And so for it to last this long and it's probably improved the quality of product has been unbelievable.
Chris Roush, KQ2 Sports.
Still ahead on the St. Joseph Mustangs show, we will take a trip down memory lane and look at some of the best moments in Mustangs baseball. A lot of people have fond moments at the ballpark, whether to just be playing or just watching. There are memories that you've made, and the Mustangs made a lot of them too. Here's a look back into the Mustangs vault.
After spending the first 5 years in the Mustangs organization with the title Director of Fun, Kai Turner's now having fun learning the business side of baseball.
He was waiting in the wings for this opportunity.
Rick Muntean was the club's inaugural GM and helped lead the program to 2 MINK championships.
Rick's going to be missed. He's had so many years of experience. He was such a great guy, did so much in the community, and really was a mentor to me.
Muntean left in the offseason for a job closer to home in Avon, Ohio, but he'd been grooming his successor since day one. Now working as the head man in the front office isn't blindsiding Turner.
I mean, Rick had worked in baseball for over 30 years, and so he knew as well. But just seeing what it takes to put on a successful product and just how every detail matters, and it doesn't matter what level you're at.
And it's fitting for Turner, a St. Joe native, to see his career continue to grow in the stadium that his great-grandfather, Byron Myers, helped build back in 1939.
It's special enough for me to go to work every day at Phil Welch Stadium, and it's pretty special to think 75 years ago, my great-grandfather, was out here working away, and it's just kind of neat to kind of have that thought.
Once opening day arrives, fans will fill the bleachers ready for another successful Mustang season, and St. Joe's newest GM will get to see all of his off-season work finally pay off.
He's ready to go for it. I've seen the excitement in his eyes. Now we'll just see what day one brings when everything's kind of put together.
That will do it for episode 1 of the St. Joseph Mustangs show. Thank you so much for joining us. You can catch the show every Saturday and Sunday throughout the season on KQ2, YouTube, and across our social media platforms. And don't forget, Tuesday night Fan Fest starts at 5:30 p.m. and opening day is on Wednesday night, first pitch at 6:30 p.m. Thank you so much for watching. We will see you next time.